The aircraft carrier USS Vigilant moved silently through the morning fog. It was like a floating city in the North Pacific. Lieutenant Commander Eva Blackwood walked across the deck. Her steps were steady, even though the ship rocked beneath her feet. She had been in the Navy for 15 years. This ship felt more like home than any house ever had. But not everyone on board welcomed her. Some still thought she didn't belong. The sun was just rising, casting a golden light over the busy deck. Sailors rushed around, preparing for a highly classified operation. Evan, wearing a neat uniform and carrying technical gear, made her way to the command center. She approached a group of officers, all men. They stood a little straighter as she arrived. Evan held a device she had spent weeks building. It was crucial for today's mission. "Sir, I've completed the modifications," she said firmly but respectfully to Admiral Westover. He barely looked at her. "Lieutenant Morris will review it," he said flatly. Morris, less experienced, gave her a quick apologetic glance. Evan didn't argue. She had seen this before. "Sir, these changes address the exact weaknesses we discussed." She tried again. "The timing is critical, Lieutenant Commander," the Admiral snapped, stressing her rank like it was a problem. "We've run missions long before your diversity programs." Officers nearby shifted awkwardly. Some smirked. No one said anything. Evan stood tall. She didn't flinch. She had learned to swallow the disrespect and focus on the mission. Back in the Combat Information Center CIC, Evan took her seat. The room buzzed with activity. She quietly monitored the systems, especially those linked to the submarine USS Barracuda, which was now operating in dangerous waters. Suddenly, she noticed strange signals. "Someone might be trying to break into the Barracuda's defense systems, Commander Vaughn," she said, pointing at her screen. "Possible intrusion." He barely glanced. "Noted," he replied without concern. For the next 15 minutes, the signals grew worse. Evan logged everything. She sent alerts. No one acted. "Commander," she said again, "this matches last year's intrusion attempts. It's targeting Project Neptune." This time Vaughn took her seriously. He alerted the bridge, but it was too late. Alarms blared. The Barracuda was under attack digitally. Its defense system, Neptune, had shut everything down to protect itself. No one could override it. On the bridge, Admiral Westover barked orders. He demanded access codes. One by one, every code failed. Inside the CIC, Evan pulled up the Neptune system's blueprints. She had designed these very protocols, but no one on the ship knew that. Then something strange happened. A message popped up on the system, requesting authentication. Blackwood, a young officer, burst into the CIC. "Commander Blackwood, the bridge is asking for you. The system wants your code." Specifically, everyone turned to look at her. She walked calmly to the bridge. The Admiral stood in her way, confused and angry. "What do you mean the system is asking for her?" he demanded. Captain Larimore, the intelligence officer, stepped in. "It's true, sir. This part of the system is designed to recognize its original architect. Explain yourself." The Admiral snapped at Evan. "There's no time," she said firmly. "We have 90 seconds before the Barracuda is within enemy range." Larimore backed her. "She's right." Reluctantly, Westover stepped aside. "Proceed, Commander." Evan approached the console and typed a long code from memory. "Neptune Prime Architect recognized. Command authority transferred to Blackwood." Everyone on the bridge froze. The system obeyed her. She spoke into the radio. "Barracuda, initiate recovery protocol Indigo 7. Captain Mercer's voice came back, full of relief. "System responding. Defensive capabilities restoring." Evan gave quick, clear instructions. The foreign ships turned away. The crisis was over. Admiral Westover stood silent. The same officer he had humiliated had just saved the mission. Larimore turned to Westover. "She didn't just help, Admiral. She built the system." "What?" Westover asked, stunned. Evan nodded. "I led Project Neptune's development for 3 years before rejoining sea duty. That's why the system recognizes me during emergency lockdowns." The room fell silent. Even the junior officers now looked at her with new respect. Rear Admiral Shaoban Okafor, Fleet Commander, arrived that evening. She didn't greet Westover first. She walked straight to Evan and saluted her. "Commander Blackwood, the Pentagon sends their thanks. Your system worked exactly as needed." Then, she turned to Westover. "Admiral, we need to talk about leadership aboard this ship." The message was clear. Change was coming. In a private meeting, Rear Admiral Okafor laid it out. "You dismissed Commander Blackwood's recommendations. Then you removed her from the bridge. Later, her work saved us all." Westover tried to defend himself. Okafor stopped him. This isn't a punishment. It's a correction. The Navy needs leaders who recognize skill, not bias. She turned to Evan. Effective immediately, you'll be technical liaison for Neptune across the fleet. After this mission, you're being promoted to captain. Evan was stunned. Thank you, Admiral. I'll do my best. I know you will, Okafor replied. Later that night, Evan stood on the observation deck. Admiral Westover joined her. I was wrong about you, he said, and I put the mission at risk because of it. I'm sorry, Evan nodded. Thank you, sir, for the rest of this deployment. You have my full support, he promised. The next morning, Evan led a full briefing on Neptune. This time, everyone listened. Even those who had once doubted her now asked questions and followed her lead. Afterward, Okafor pulled her aside. We're expanding Neptune fleet-wide. You'll lead that project, Evan smiled. Yes, Admiral. I'm ready. That evening, a young female officer approached Evan. Commander, what you did, it meant something to people like me. Evan looked out at the sea and replied, the Navy is changing, Ensign. Maybe not fast enough, but it's changing. And she knew, for the first time, she wasn't just surviving the system, she was shaping it.